Hi YouTube, it's Queen Pam, Elon QP here, and I have been shopping as I want to do this time of year. I got in some more Copic refills because I'm really having fun playing with alcohol ink. As you saw in one of my previous videos, or if you followed me for live on Ustream, I was playing with some alcohol ink, and so I got some more Copic refills, but I also got something to store them in. Let me grab that and I will show you. I wasn't going to show it, and that's why I wasn't prepared. Otherwise I would have prepared. I got this baby off of Etsy. It was rather costly to ship. I don't think I balked at the cost of $50 for this case with this beautiful MDF cut to hold these specifically. It's $50, but it's like $13 more to ship. But I imagine because it's large, I think I'm as far away as my camera will allow me to get. But I probably can go over. You can see the width of it. I think it holds 209 refills, and I am not there, but I plan to be because I have all of the Copic markers and I want something to store them in. So I bought two, and because you never know when people are going to stop making stuff, and I didn't want to have a mismatch. So that prompted me to get back to my goal of buying all of the re-inkers for all of my Copic markers. So I bought those. That was from Uzak. And these are from either Uzak, Consumer Crafts, which was new to me, but it's actually the parent company of Doris and also Pat Catan's, for those of you who are north in Ohio. And I think they have been bought out. No, they bought out. Did Michaels buy? I think Michaels bought them out. So, and I also got something in from that. I can probably figure out what I got in from Top Flight Stamps. Yep. So I watched the Frugal Crafter and she used these. I'll come in a little better now, a little closer. And a card with the glitter ink that everybody got from Hobby Lobby. So I was pretty happy to get those. I had no idea they were that tiny. And then I love fairies, and my friends and I want to do fairies in a bottle again. I have one and they've been looking at it and they want to make it. So I have these fairies now. Also from Top Flight Stamps, Dark Room Door. No. Visible Image from out of the UK. And I just love this one. Shine. Shine Bright. The two light bulbs. The one light bulb with the word shine. And then don't let someone dim your light simply because it's shining in their eyes. Like that. I live in Louisville, home of the Derby. And so horses are a thing. And so now I have some more horses every year for the Derby. For my husband and I make coasters. And so now this will star in the coaster for this year's Derby party. So 4 different horses. Love that one. And sometimes what you're most afraid of doing is the very thing that will set you free. Need to have that in my car. Again, horsepower, horses, get it? Yep. Don't let the rain dull your sparkle. I like the fact that this looks really like rain. So I think that will be cool. And you got the raindrops in the puddle. And you have the girl. And I think this is pretty much the size on the front. And fragile, glass breaking, how fragile we are. I like that. And I also got this from Top Flight Stamps. They ship out of South Carolina, for those of you who are wondering. It's Paper Artsy by Kay Carly, and it's a stencil. I figured it would play well with the fairies. And Romantic Botanic. Don't know if that Studio Light is the company. And this is a really big background stand. I don't know if it's more than one because this is kind of separate. So let's open that up. I think it's just one. And I don't know what country they're from. Yeah, it's all one. And it feels more like it's silicone than photopolymer. But we shall see. It's very detailed. And I just thought it would look cool. Not using it maybe whole, but bits and pieces here and there. Because that really tiny writing will just add a little something to the background of things. And I think that was all from Top Flight Stamps. Yep. And then this is the rest from Uzak because I ordered myself a Gemini, which has come in, and I wanted some really ornate dies to play with it. This one is one of theirs from Crafter's Companion. It's not a die, it's an embossing folder. I took it out of the package because when I become the real queen of the world, there'll be no shrink wrap, and it was that kind of shrink wrap that cuts your hand when you're trying to cut it out of there. Yeah, so I did away with that. Off with its head. I haven't run this one through yet. These were on clearance from Caravel out of France. And I love numbers, so. And this one was also numbers, but numbers different. Maybe I should have left it in there so you could see it better against the black. Maybe I should stay on frame. And then I got this die, Jasmine Art. It looks very intricate, those really thin lines there. And I also got this one. It's thin. And I don't know where it's made from, but I thought that would be pretty. And this die, which cuts a bunch of roses going up. It's Climbing Roses is the name of it. It's out of the Netherlands. There you go. So even though it's out of the Netherlands, they're marketing to us. Because Romance Collection's in English. And this one by Desire that everybody else was able to find at Tuesday morning for low, but I was not. So I got it from Uzak because I just think it's gorgeous. This was a Top Flight stamp, and I forgot it. Saw the Frugal Crafter do it. The monster coming out, but I thought fairies coming out. Back to Consumer Crafts, or to start with Consumer Craft. I bought the Gemini from them, and I also bought extra plates for the Gemini. And I ordered the plates for the Gemini Junior because you can use them in the big one and not have it take forever. I needed, while I was playing with alcohol, I was looking for my pipettes and couldn't find but one or two, and so I bought some more pipettes. I bought this again with the shining stuff to go with that stamp set. Wouldn't that be cool to have all the light bulbs on the background? And some, I just wanted needle tip applicator bottles because I want to put like, oh yeah, good, and they're soft and squishy. And what I just noticed while we're sitting here, they got a place for you to write on it what it is. Very cool. So that was the haul from all those places, except I also bought crochet needles. But I do crochet, but I have better needles than these very inexpensive ones. These also came from Consumer Crafts. The bottom of them is flat, but it's rough. But I'm planning to smooth it out so that I can do dot mandalas and not break the bank. Because I'm probably going to do one or two and never do it again. But I figured if that was the case, these would be good for when I teach my granddaughters to crochet. So that was that. And then last night, all this week I had to physically go into the office to work. So as I drove by the Michaels, I decided to get this Jane Davenport collage papers. And I'm thinking, yeah, they're like tissue paper. So I'm very happy that I got the right thing. So I wanted the tissue paper like napkins. And I also bought for myself brush lettering for large tip pens. Because that's all the rage now. Having a Craft-A-Lanch back behind me there. Let's open it up. From American Crafts, Kelly Creates. And I'm going to back the camera out so we can take a look at it. The brush pen is a tip that is flexible. Paper's friction is the enemy of the brush pen. Patience, lettering is a skill. And so you get some tracing paper. 1, 2, 3 sheets over the actual paper. And so I bought that to play with. I'd have no intention of using that tracing paper, but I'm going to lay over my that laser jet paper I bought, or actually happened to actually already have. And then I bought the one for small letters. And I imagine, yeah, it's smaller. So the difference between brush lettering with a big pen and a small pen, I'm reaching. So think Tombow marker and then think the tip that's on this. So this is a small letter, and then something like, I don't have a Tombow marker handy, but the tip on the difference would be something like a tip like this for big brush lettering and a tip like that for small. So I bought both because I went to our library here in Louisville and they had like just an all kind of day. I mean, there were lectures from gardeners and puppet makers, and so I took the lettering one, of course. And one of the things the lady said to begin with, it's easier to get something that looks good when you're doing it big. So I bought both so I can play either way. And I also got some, because I couldn't find these for a long time at my Michaels, off of the internet and printed them on that lovely paper. So I can practice right on top of the paper and throw it away if I want to, but that was not the plan. The plan is to laminate and practice through lamination. So that was Friday on the way home from Michael's. Well, today at our local art store, Preston Art Store, I stopped in because they had a free demo, and I watched a fantastic artist whose name I'm going to look up because I don't want to butcher it. Preston Art Center, in case I said that all wrong. His name is Kevlin Goodner, and he was using brush pens to draw with, and comics most specifically. He was doing what I believe was the Black Panther from the movie, a picture of the actor dressed as the Black Panther, and he was spot on. So I might consider taking his class in April for $59. It's a 3-hour seminar sort of class, but I'll have to look and see if I have nothing on that day. But he was painting with these. I think he was using the Fine Point Pentel Arts brush pens, and these are the ones I chose, the ones with pigment, because I hate for things to run on me. And I believe these are disposable. However, you know, they look just like the interior of these. Not the body, but they've got that same little remove the cap thing. And or a Pentel Aquash, and I think we can figure a way to refill these. So about those. And he was using these as white paint. He said because they're really filled with white paint. And he said white paint is not that easy to come by. And we all know that from pens like the Uniball Signo. So I bought a couple of those, and I'm going to give those a shot. And I think that was it, except I keep my stamps in binders. If you watched my video where I talked about winning the year of stamps, I showed binders. Well, I really like zippered binders, but I don't buy them that often because the 3-inch non-zippered binder heavy duty was $13, and this one was $21. So I want to put all my art journaling stamps in one binder, well, in an additional binder, because I filled up one and now I need to have another one. So that was the shopping hauls. Nope. So I went in Staples to get this binder, and as I was walking around trying to find the binder, they had a P-Touch on sale for $25, $24.99, so $25. And I know that you can use those ribbon ones in this one. So I don't have to pay $59. I can pay $25 and buy myself some of those ribbons, and I can print on those. The ribbons they didn't have the ribbons, but you know, the regular labels, and you can use 5 different sizes with this baby. So I could label up all kinds of things from 0.7 of an inch, a half an inch, 0.35 of an inch, 0.23 of an inch, and 0.13. I would love that for like pencils that you really can't see the writing on. So yeah. Or those little tiny ink bottles that we just all got from Hobby Lobby, the F&Ws. You can't read nothing that it says on that bottle without a magnifying glass. And so that's it. I'm going to play with all my goodies. And as always, I leave you in the hands of the Creator. Bye-bye.